Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
G'day folks, this is a coffee bush kid in Central Vic, and you can see today I'm not by myself. And look at this is magnificent. The gate to adventure. There she is, she's waving. The gate to adventure is opening. And what we've got to do, of course, once we've driven through the gate of adventure, is in fact close it. There we go.
I'll censor your last word.
In your hop. So, we do. Is it that one?
It was.
It was.
That's all right. Just do a new vid. Like Viv can cut from one to the other.
Okay.
By the way, Viv cut from one to the other.
So, here we are. Daughter, Dad, we're off on a new adventure. And so, it is in fact, again, the adventures of Dirtfish Mish and the Coffee Bush Kid. And this one is that we are on the trail of the lost token. So, let's go and find it.
Woohoo.
Ba 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 ba. Well, this is a little unusual, folks. I am actually going to do a coil enlargement, and I'm going to do it on where you can see. Usually it's a very private matter, but I'm happy to share today.
I have no words. No words.
So there we go. This is the beauty of having the extra piece of shaft. One off, one on. Wipe on, wax off. There we go, there's that. Wrap that around. Reconnect it into the box. Like that. And that is as long as it takes to set up a new coil. Sometimes if you've got a bag that you can't travel with a spare piece of shaft in, yeah, it'll take a little longer because you unscrew the coil, you take it out, you put it on. But I love having the extra pieces of shaft on the ends of all the coils that I've got, and it makes life very, very easy. Now, I'm going to show you what the next bit is. Okay, because Mish and I are out in the wilds of the coffee bush, I am going to drop all my discrimination back to pretty much factory presets on this. So we just go through till we get to there, and then I'm just going to move my cursor back up to where I was there and just do the accept reject thing all the way back to probably 2. Rightio. Now we're all set to go a-hunting for Mish's lost token. Rightio, Mish is off looking for her token over there somewhere. Down here I got myself a nice repeatable 7, 8. You don't hear me talking to those numbers usually, do you? There you go. 8ish, 9ish, and I did spot it. I expect to dig a few of these today actually. Let me see it down there. There's a button. Only a little 4-holer. Can't seem to see anything written on there. I can see the little dimpling around near the centre there. That's probably the first of many for the day. But we will take that and we will keep on going. I've just spotted an interesting little find over there. Let's go for a look. Now, this is it. You see that? That is the shell pupaism of, I don't know whether those are cicadas or bloody whatever. But my kids, when they were younger, when these had all hatched, these were hanging out the ground everywhere. And funnily enough, they used to call them old man's willies. Now, don't go blaming me, go blame Pamela Allen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Mr. McGee and the Biting Flea. It's a good read anyway. But yeah. So every time you're out in the bush now and you see one of those, bet you're going to think about old man's willies. Right, well out here where we are, I'm standing on a flat spot. You can see that it's been cut into the hill here. There's like a little bit of well, there's a shaft there that's potentially had water flowing into it. And this is a flume. See how they rolled the tin there to make these pipes? And they used to rivet them all together. It's made of some sort of gel. And they're just in, what's that, 3-foot sections. Join them all together. You can see this one goes down. There's, oh look at that. Didn't spot that. There's some good piece of steel which would have potentially, by its construction, been for a little bit of a rail line, maybe for a gold trolley there. We've got good bricks, as opposed to bad bricks, of course. And we've got, there's another piece of flume. Gotta love a good rivet. And there's some more down there. There should be a wild mish floating somewhere around down there. And then back here, let me get back, I've just detected an old wedge. She's fairly delaminating now, but yeah, that's an old wedge. Would have been used for driving the rocks apart and that. Anyway, we will keep going. Now, we have the perfect example of Newton's 5th law of gravity right here. So that's an old buddy beer bottle. Or of course, as you know, my grandmother used to sometimes refer to them as horses' asses bottles. But, so we've got that one there. And then we've got glass. More of it. There's another one there in the ground. We've got a piece of blue willow. We've got some others. There's an applied top right there. Got some green glass. And we've got it all. Oh, look. Dare I say that is blue willow. We can see the willow on it. And yeah, another piece. So why is this all here? And we're heading up. We're heading up the hill. Oh, look at that. That's off a teapot. So that's pretty cool. So there's lots of this stuff. And we start heading up. And we start heading up. Quick. There's some more. And what have we come to? Well, lo and behold, see this flat dugout here? We can see it from this angle. There's the flat. Oh, there's a mound. Probably was the chimney. So all the rubbish that we've just passed has all, of course, come downhill. In fact, look, there's another little bit of crockery just there. So it's all coming downhill. So when you're doing the bottom of a gully, and you start seeing lots of glass and crockery. Look, they must have really done a number on the poor old blue willow there. Over years and years, well, over 100 years, the glass gets washed down the hill. So if you're down in a gully and you start seeing glass in a concentrated area, and if you're hunting relics, you make sure you head uphill to find where it's coming from. You never know what else you'll find in the ground. Oh, just spotted him in the sunlight. That's a mouse spider, I think, from memory. See the red head? Now he's on a mission. It's no black snake, but we'll still keep our distance. Well, I'm just working my way up the hill. There's where the dwelling site is there. We've got all the glass and that. This is another piece that's not blue willow. That's a different design. That one. If I can pick it up. Pretty little, where are we there? Pretty little pattern. In here I had a 2. It was making a bloop, bloop, bloop sound. So I thought I would dig it because I'm not usually prone to digging numbers that low. But since we might be going overseas soon, I better get used to digging low numbers because they would be where the hammers come in. Yes. Right, we'll have a little clean up of this button. It's got some writing on it and we'll see what we've got. Right, we're back. Someone can make that out better than I can. But there's a lot of writing. But the reason why it was giving me such a strange signal was because it's a 2-piece button that has an iron piece in the back of it. You see all the iron's eaten away, but that's where the thread would have gone around. So it was just like a little bar across. So a copper top and a steel back. There's where I got my button. Stood up, swung, got another signal, 1920, and there we go. That is a reed out of an accordion, a constant screamer, something of the ilk. So, you know, they had their music while they were here. Not only did they break their crockery, they broke their musical instruments. I wonder if we'll find a jaw harp here. You never know. But at least they had music. End of the day, the diggers have stopped digging, smoke's just gently wafting up from their campfires. The tents are lit by the glow of the fires that they cooked over, and someone would have brought out an accordion or a constant screamer or even a fiddle, which was nice and portable, and there would be music on the Goldfields at night time. Very civilised and a way to end a nice day. Let's keep going. An 8-9 signal out of that hole. Now that's about 4 inches deep. I've got the 11-inch coil on. I've got that. There's my finger. That is just the smallest little ring. I've got a nice solid 16. Wasn't too far down. You can see how far under the ground it was. That'll be another button. Oop. There we go. One of those. So I expect, because I'm running so open, we're going to get lots of buttons today. Mish has already got a couple of buttons. Oh, bloody hell. Another reed from the buddy accordion. That gave a thumping signal. Well, down here I've got a shallow 9. I've just uncovered it, and that's what we're looking at. Oh yeah, that's still on something. Oh, that was the end of something. Well, that's interesting. That'll be, oh, I don't know what that'll be. You can see both the ends are there. Oh, we'll clean that up later. In fact, I'll get my scrubby thing out because Mish is coming over. We'll see what everything looks like all cleaned up. Well, I've seen what Mish had. She got part of a Chinese coin, and that's what I've got out of the ground. That's copper. Don't know what it was off. You can see the 2 holes there where it was nailed to whatever it was, so it probably went around timber. Anyway, we'll take that anyway. Yep, coming in at sovereign numbers was that. Another key out of a bloody accordion. Well, something a little bit more interesting to me is that. And no, it's not a rivet. That is, let's say it's the other screws that when you find a saw medallion, or actually let's go back to the saw. The saw usually has 3 to 4 screws through the timber holding the steel blade in place. This is one of the unmedallionized pieces. And we can see that because on the shank there, on the shaft, it has a square shank. And that is to bite into the timber so that it doesn't turn when you tighten up the thread that's supposed to be on that end. You can see there that it was just there and it snapped off. And you can also see on the edges of the head that they are also tapered to pull into the timber as well and make it all nice and flush. So that's off a saw. That's a nice little find. I always like finding those. And of course it's always great if you can find one with the maker's mark on it too. But that's a cool one. We'll take it. Over there I got another harmonica reed and a little piece of copper, and down in this I had a 8. There we go. That is another. Oh, that's got fabric on it. Cool. And the thread. Look at the thickness of the thread in that. Cool as. So there we go. A button with the fabric. Very rotted. But we'll take that. Well, here we are. We've made it up to the top where the flat area is. And just down here, I got a 910 signal. Now, that's what we've got so far. That looks like brassy stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if it was a spoon. But that's as far as I have got. Nothing much is wanting to bloody move. Oop, there we go. I've just jagged it. And it is a spoon. Look at that. Beautiful. Magnificent. Now, that is a bit curled up there at the top, but I don't think it's as bad as I have seen. Sometimes they used to fold the spoon bowl right in so they could scoop out the gold out of the crevices that they were finding. But I don't think that this is the case with this one. But that is still a cool little find and a piece of humanality for detecting. If you like that word, you'll see it in my family dictionary. Humanality. Anyway, we will take the spoon and we will keep going. Sorry if I stir some people up with that. Well, down there I got myself a solid 11. Oh, you don't hear me talking those numbers, do you? But this is what we got. A button. You go, yeah, great, a button. Look at it. Look at that button. Best ring edge. They're a reasonably common-esque button, but actually this one's just got something a little bit more special. See the rope entwined, or the roping around the middle there? That is just, actually if I do this, that is just a brilliant button. I love these little buttons. They're really well made. Well, that's a beautiful button right there. Look at that. Oh, and it's all covered over. I tell you what, I'm going to brush it, so I'm going to see it first, but we'll see what I have got when it's all nice and cleaned up. Well, we are back. There's nothing, it hasn't got an anchor, but that is gilding on there. And on the back of it, look at that. I've got a 12 signal there. It wasn't very deep. Scooped in underneath it. And I put the lid back on it like it was I'd pulled up a piece of corrugated iron and saw a brown snake. G'day, Paul. How you going, mate? Anyway, we lift this up quickly. It shouldn't run away. You ready? There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's a beautiful piece of brass work. I'm going to say that could potentially be off a lamp. That's a nice little piece to find. All the little bits of different shapes. And there we go. Another button. We are getting so many buttons, I could just about have a talk on them. Hey Viv, my love, would you like to come to a button talk? Answer will probably be below.
Get up later,
Yep.
Oi, oi, oi. All right, I'm going to take that back after you. Do such situations. This is the coin I just found, and we have made out young Queen Victoria on the obverse there.
Look at that.
Oh, that is magnificent.
It is. It's really good detail. Shall we find out what year it is?
Oh, please do. Please do.
Well, there we are. 1877. Beautiful patina. Beautiful patina. It's not Roman, Tony, but it's got a beautiful patina.
Can't take this guy anywhere. Oh, we can, because he's got a scrubby brush.
He's a have scrubbing brush, can travel. Anyway, that's all I'll do it to, but that is a magnificent coin.
That's
in anyone's language. The detail on on Vicky is absolutely beautiful, stunning. And yeah, look at that.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Thank you kindly.
Well, we're out in a different spot now, and Mish has already pegged herself a 1877 Vicky halfpenny in absolutely magnificent condition. And me, yeah, I got another button. Oh, you got one of those.
There.
Not everyone gets one of them.
Yeah, cool. What is it?
Something.
Okay. Have a listen to this. That's a 98.99. Size checks out. I'm going to say she's about there. I don't think that. Oh, we'll take that. I mean, that's not bad.
Well, it wasn't a bloody. I was
wasn't.
hoping it was going to be a token.
Yeah, that's all right. Pretty happy with that buckle though. That's pretty neat.
All right.
All right, let's move on.
Well, the wind is starting to pick up. But look at this. 2 posset clasps. Been a while since I've actually found those. I think there might be a couple more, but as I've got 2, I reckon that'll probably do me. I'll see what else we can get before we have to stop. well, maybe one of my last targets is a button again. This one's got writing on it. It has a smaller centre, you will note, but it gave a 15. As we know, a 15 is a half sovereign. That does not look like a half sovereign, but it might tell a story when we can read what it says. But we'll keep going, see if we can find anything else. But I reckon the day is fast drawing to a close. There we go. All right, well, that's us done for the day. We've been going a fairly long time.
Yep.
We've found some stuff, but yeah, nothing excessively marvellous, except of course for the time spent together, which is gold.
Absolutely.
And we found it. So there's another one. Unfortunately, we didn't find the lost token, so potentially there could be the tale of the lost token 2 coming up.
Sounds good.
Who knows? But anyway, had a good time. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
That's quite all right. And if anyone is going to the Gold Expo, which of course now dates this, you will potentially see both of us there. Say good day, but this is probably all too late. But we're being nice. So, yeah. I think that's probably about it, isn't it?
That's probably about it. You better tell them what to keep in mind, though.
Keep in mind, it's always good to fill in some ear day detecting, but remember to fill in all your holes when you're finished. And we'll catch you next time.